come tomorrow, they will be actually putting it out there. You can pre-order at the moment, and it will be available tomorrow. The guys are in Milner Fort, I think it is tonight, and they've actually sold out. They're doing a home gig out there. They are playing about, I think it's going to be playing Edinburgh very soon, so keep an eye out for them. As usual, we are in a nice warm studio, because I like to have it nice and warm in the studio. Well, it's kind of warm because I've got a number of people behind me. Well, as usual, I've got people behind me. Unusually, it's not a musician. I've actually got a cameraman behind me for some reason. And this evening we've got the fantastic Broken Boy in. They're going to be doing their first ever acoustic set, and they're nervously sat to my right, so that's why I'm not looking to my right. I'm looking straight ahead, because if I see their nerves, I get nervous, and we all know what goes wrong there. Welcome anyway to Steve's Saturday Night Session, and it's a busy one this evening. We've got Broken Boy on, and then following that, we've got Jim Leishman, who's coming in just for a chat, as you do. I think he's probably out, popping out to get his fish and chips, so decided to pop in. And then we've got Vertical Lips on from 7:30, so there's a lot of stuff going on. And then at 8:30 as well, I've got some new hip hop stuff. I've been sent some various tracks throughout the week, so there's some exciting music coming on as well about 8:30 this evening. Now, this is the first ever acoustic session and the first radio session for Broken Boy. So I'll first of all get the guys to introduce themselves, so everybody knows who they are. Now, you're from St Andrews, so who have we got over here then?
I'm Cameron.
Right, and what do you do apart from
stand here and look cool? Play bass and sing.
Sing. Well, to this evening you are standing and just looking cool because you've got no bass. And then over here we've got.
I'm Stuart, and I play guitar and try to do some backing vocals.
Yeah. and you're from St Andrews.
Yeah.
And you look very alike. So I take it you're brothers.
Yes, we are. not twins as people think. No. I'm actually the older one, and Cam's a couple of years.
So you're the mature one, and he's the immature one. So I've got to keep my eyes to the left because it's the immature one that's going to be.
Yeah.
So the way it's going to work is you're going to play a couple of songs, we're going to have a chat and stuff. So what's the first song we're going to kick off with this evening?
This is our debut single, and it's called Kilogram.
Right, well, take it away as and when you're ready.
You need a ride, I've got the car. Get in the front seat and now I'll take you far. I've got a way out. You need to go. You need someone who will keep you warm. But if you wait for me, I'll take the weight off your shoulders. Patient with your love. Take a hold of my hand and I will keep you above. This water runs deep like the hole in my heart. But I know life is good, we just need to make a start. But if you wait for me, I'll take the weight off your shoulders. Your shoulders. Let's leave this city. Let's follow through. Just don't say you need me more than I need you. We can start together if you want it to. Just don't say you need me more than I need you. But if you wait for me, I'll take the weight off your shoulders. But if you wait for me, I'll take the weight off your shoulders. Be our shoulders. I've got the car. Get in the front seat and I'll take it too far.
Thank you very, very much for that, guys. That was brilliant.
Thank you very much.
That was excellent. There was no need to be pacing with the nerves, man. Right, I've got a few questions for you and stuff. So you can take a seat for the moment if you want, just forever. Then you stand up and get tired there. But yeah, first of all, you're from St Andrews, right? And lots of people are saying you're from St Andrews and da da da. And there's no music scene in St Andrews. Is this true or is this just rubbish? Is there a scene in St Andrews?
There's not like I think it's just more like a venue type thing. Like there's not many venues that put on like live music, especially like originals bands. But there's plenty of like talent. There's loads of other artists in St Andrews, and they've all like sort of like.
So they really need a venue, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they really need a venue. We've played in like a few places, and we've got a gig coming up on the 14th of May. Plug in here at the Balgo Vlarder, and we've I don't think we've put bands on there before, so it's like a first time sort of like try it, which should be good. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of like talent and musicians there. It's just a case of maybe a proper music venue would be
it would be a good thing.
Bring it out, definitely.
How did you? Well, I know it gets boring and stuff, and you've explained this before, but how did you form as a band? How did you get together?
Well,
what was the kind of?
Me and Cam. I've been playing music for a while now. We both played in a band before. It kind of ended a couple of years ago, and then we just kind of took a year out and then started writing loads of tunes together, just the two of us. And and then we sort of we took it from there. Got a drummer and then built up songs and stuff from that, and then just started gigging as much as possible.
Because you said before, and this was the thing I did find quite interesting, I've been telling people, and they don't believe me, is how you found your drummer. Right? So I would like to confirm this. It is actually a fact that you did find him through Gumtree, is that right?
We found him on Gumtree. We sort of looking for a drummer. We stuck an ad out, and then we got a message from him, and then we invited him along to practice.
Because people are always on Facebook saying, I need musicians, and and they put on Facebook and Twitter and that, but I keep saying, but they got it through Gumtree, and they're going, But it is actually true. In terms of how you write songs, how do you write songs together? Is it one of your lyricists and one of the melodies, or does somebody come up with an idea, or how does it kind of work?
We don't know. We kind of fell into this, but one of us comes up with a little spark of an idea. I don't know, I'll be walking past Stu whilst he's practicing, and he'll play a little guitar riff that he just made up, and I don't know, it'll spark me, I'll just take an interest into it. And as soon as one of us kind of takes an interest into this tiniest idea, we kind of just take an imagination on it and try be as creative and take it to the next step, and just sort of build on that and get layers on the songs. But I wouldn't say we've got strict rules as in what we do. I think it varies.
So songwriting wise just varies. Sometimes I'll write a verse and he'll write a chorus, but then I'll write lyrics for the chorus and he'll write lyrics for the verse or something like that. But it's normally based on one little idea, and then we try to keep it simple and always try to expand as much as possible and kind of explore every different avenue with the idea. And it's good because I don't know, it seems to work, because whenever I'm lacking in something, he'll come along with something.
So you complement each other.
I think really.
Do you think that comes from, not being also talented musicians, but do you think it helps that your brothers?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I would say, I work with my brother as a designer, and there's a kind of unwritten thing where you don't really need to say anything, and you just go and they know exactly what you mean.
Definitely.
Do you find that helpful?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it definitely helps.
We kind of find ourselves that when I don't know, say I start a song, that we both kind of, when we hear it, we've got a similar path that we want to take it on, which is completely natural. It's not like I've said to Stuart, this is the idea I've got and this is the path I want to go down. It's kind of this is the idea, what do you think? And let Stuart put his spin on it, and it kind of does just take this path that both of us together kind of have the same final.
I think it's good. It's good that you collaborate in such a way. It's brilliant to hear the way you work, and you don't say this is it, and I'm not arguing, and walk out and say you can't change it. It's nice that you're kind of happy to work together and develop things, and that's really good. That's quite healthy as a band, because you do get bands where it's just one person, and it's kind of builds up of one person doing all the work, and then there's aggro problems. In terms of your nerves, do you get nervous before you go on stage, or what's this script?
Not normally nervous until about 5 minutes beforehand, and then it starts. Then the nerves start to hit. But I think that's a good thing. Cause I don't know, I wouldn't want to get too too lax or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we get nervous like normally 5 minutes before we go on. And
Right.
We usually
then-
try to calm ourselves, like just take us out of the zone and like sit all together as a band and just be like.
Do you
just
have one of
chill
those
out.
like big hugs where you'll pray together like Madonna?
So
Yeah.
yeah,
We
sort
kinda-
of
we
actually.
kinda
We have
sort
like
of
a sort of. We do some like vocal warm ups and stuff just to get in, and then we hug. Get out.
Hug it out.
We go on stage.
Yeah. If you had an unlimited budget for doing what you want, say like I said, have whatever you want to do whatever you want for a record company, or just generally an unlimited budget.
Mhm.
Is there anything particular that you really like to do that you can't do at the moment? Is there anything like plan-wise that you-
Absolutely. Like we've got a massive gear list of gear wants and everything. We would love to work with like in-ear monitors and like click tracks and yeah, we would a case of studio. There's
Yeah.
loads of studios that we would love to work in that are out of our budget.
Yeah, producers and whatnot.
Yeah, producers.
Just opens
We'd
up
like a
options.
van. Yeah, it's kind of like a Christmas list, and in each year, like one thing gets like ticked
Knocked off.
if,
Yeah, managed to get that one.
Yeah. But yeah, if we had a budget, there'd be loads that we want to do.
Yeah.
Just to like make music for a living would be
Yeah.
Amazing,
would be
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
That's cool. Now, obviously, last week was Record Store Day,
Mm-hmm.
which is people put out limited, runs of records and stuff. If you were to be asked to do a record for Record Store Day, who would you want to do it with?
Like as in collaborate with another
Yes.
artist. Ooh, that's a tough one.
I knew it was when I wrote it this afternoon.
There's quite a few like heroes that like would be really cool that have got like that are so original.
I would really like to collaborate with Dr. Dre. I've been listening to a lot of hip hop recently, and I think he would put a good spin on one of our tracks. I think
that's a good one actually.
That'd
Yeah.
be interesting. wouldn't it?
Dr. Dre.
We'd
would be
probably
good.
like being the type of like because we listen to like so much and it varies what we listen to from time to time. We'd probably try to find someone that's as far away from our style as possible,
Yeah.
and like let's collaborate with them. And yeah, so Dr. Dre's probably
Or maybe like
shout.
a female
Yeah.
vocalist or something, or
yeah,
something
Lana
that'd be
Del
quite
Rey or
cool.
something.
Lana
That'd be
Del Rey's
awesome.
a good shout.
Yeah.
Lana Del Rey.
Well, she's done quite well for. Is it Cassidy? I think it was, yeah. Because one of them became her boyfriend.
Yeah.
That worked quite out well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still with her. If he's not, there you go, guys. Collaborate there and go on an endless tour of 1 minute being a tiny venue, next minute be playing massive stadiums.
Move to America.
That's a pretty good
That's
benefit.
the dream.
Now you're going to do one more for us just before we go to the ads and stuff.
Yeah.
So what's the next one you're going to do for us?
It's a brand new track. This will be the first time that we've
This is going to be fun.
played it. Yeah, so hope you
All right,
enjoy it.
we'll take it away as and when then.
I live alone. Nobody worries about it. Can you go home? Everybody thinks you're lost. All of those places, no familiar faces. Don't you get cold? Then again, there's always tomorrow. Then you turn to me and say you won't leave. Haven't you missed it? The love that you've been gifted. Do you get bored of me? Do I do anything to annoy you? Tell me I can take it and try my best to change it. Haven't you seen enough of me? Does this face not bore you when it only adore you?
Thank you very, very much for that. That was excellent. That's a brand new track, which is, well, you were debating the name. What is the name?
Almost Gone.
Almost Gone, right? Was that the one you were debating the name before? After the ads, we'll see what else we can find. Well, I get a lot of young bands in, and it kind of says everything about being in a young band. You want to change the world, and you want to make a song that everybody wants to sing. I also playing that as well from my mate Chris Goots out in Edinburgh somewhere. The reason for that as well is that he is a huge Art Brute fan. Direct Hit is one of his big songs before he goes out on a night out. If you listen to it, you understand why. We're still joined here by the fantastic Broken Boy, who are playing their first ever acoustic session and the first radio session, so the nerves are a wee bit up, but we're getting there with them. They're getting a bit more relaxed now. They've now sat down, so that's a good sign. So as I said, we've got them here this evening, so they're going to play a couple more songs for us and have a wee bit of a chat just before 7 o'clock. So gentlemen, you're going to play another one for us, is that right? So what's the next one you're going to play for us this evening?
We're going along the lines of hip hop and how we've been listening to a lot, and we've been massive fans of Kanye West for a while, so we're going to attempt one of his songs.
Right, okay, doc. Well, all I can say is good luck then, eh?
I'm not loving you the way I wanted to. What I had to do, had to run from you. I'm in love with you, but the vibe is wrong, and that haunted me all the way home. So you'll never know, never, never know, never know enough till it's over, love, till we lose control. System overload, screaming no, 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 no. So keep your love locked down, your love locked down, keeping your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, your love locked down. You lose, you lose. I'm not loving you the way I wanted to. I can't keep my cool, so I keep it true. I got something to lose, so I gotta move. I can't keep myself and still keep you too. So I keep in mind when I'm on my own, somewhere far from home, in the danger zone. How many times did I tell you before it finally got through? You lose, you lose. So keep your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, your love locked down. You lose, you lose. I'm not loving you the way I wanted to. What I had to do, had to run from you. I'm in love with you, but the vibe is wrong, and that haunted me all the way home. So you'll never know, never, never know, never know enough till it's over, love, till we lose control. System overload, screaming no, 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 no. So keep your love locked down, your love locked down, keeping your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, your love locked down. You lose, you lose, you lose, you lose.
Thank you very, very much for that. I didn't expect a Kanye West cover this evening, to be honest. I'm quite surprised by that. That was excellent as well. That's even better as well, because we've got some hip hop guys that are listening in from Edinburgh this evening, actually.
Oh, nice.
Naz, and he's a producer, promoter out in Edinburgh. He's listening this evening because we're going to be playing one of his tracks later on, you see.
Nice, yeah.
So he'll be quite pleased with that. He'll be like, oh, I'm not listening to some indie band. He'll be quite chuffed hearing that. Now, I've got some what I would call fun questions. They're not difficult. They're not here to trip you up. First of all, what if you were to learn to play any other instrument? I've seen you on the Clarzak, and I would not recommend that. If you were to learn any other instrument, what instrument would you learn to play?
Ooh, that is a tough question. I don't know, I'd probably go for something crazy. What would I go for?
For me, like, I'd love to be able to sit down at a piano and play piano, and it's always something I want to do, but I've tried. I can play keyboard, and I say keyboard, but like when I say that, like I can hit notes and let them like ring out and stuff. But yeah, I would love to piano and drums. Like, I love going behind the kit, but unfortunately I just get frustrated because I can't do what I want to do in my head. But piano and drums.
Piano and drums.
If I had to pick one, piano.
Drums are great to just sit behind and just smash it.
Yeah.
When you get frustrated with a song and you're like, this isn't going anywhere, I just usually go sit behind the kit. have fun smashing the kit, come back, and I'm feeling a wee bit more chilled out about it.
So I reckon you'd be. That sounds like drumming. That sounds alright.
Yeah.
If you were to, I know this is quite an odd question, but if you were to be a superhero, what superhero powers would you have? There you go. There's a good question for you.
As for superhero, I don't know. Spider-Man. He's like the new Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield. He's awesome. So
Yeah, because you were talking about this before we came on air. How many
Yeah.
times have you seen it now?
I've seen it twice.
Right,
but
and
I'm
how long's it
definitely
been
gonna
out for? A week.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a great film.
There was
Not
I
even
thinking
a
you were
shame, it's
rehearsing
not even a
it.
guilty pleasure. It's a great film.
Unlike
so.
Stuart, I went to see it for Emma Stone, not Andrew Garfield. she does it more for me than Andrew Garfield. But
So what about yourself? If you were a superhero, what
whoa.
sort of superhero power would you have?
I don't know. Thor's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say have a big hammer, but that just sounds so anyways, we'll move on from there. A bit early for things like that, isn't it?
Well, Donald.
We'll move on from there. Last week I was in a bunny costume and somebody started chatting me up, so we'll move on. We're getting into those realms already, and we're only at 6:30. If your band was, it's another odd question. If your band was a circus, right? If you suddenly became a circus, what would you be in the circus? Who would be what in the circus? That's a good question for you.
I'd be Spider-Man in the circus.
So you'd be one of the high wire people then?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, high wired is fun.
I get some silly string as well to, pretend.
I'd probably just be a steward. I don't think I'd be good at circus stuff. just make sure the crowd don't get involved.
Do you reckon your manager over there, who's standing quietly in the corner, would he be a circus master, or what would he be?
It wouldn't surprise me if in a past life that was true.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a clown or something, or something along those lines.
I like the way you're looking at the doors and saying, what can I get away with?
Yes.
How far is he from me? What can he throw?
I'm going to say you'd be the elephant.
Well, he's not in the room, so that would make sense. We don't talk about the elephant in the room. If you had your own TARDIS and were to travel anywhere in time, where would you travel to?
Ooh,
No, that's a
Led
difficult
Zeppelin
question.
concert with John Bonham on the kit.
If we're talking about concerts or the specific time,
Hendrix is going to be up there, doesn't he?
yeah, Hendrix, Cream, that era would be cool. Or Fleetwood Mac. I love Fleetwood Mac. So the original Fleetwood Mac in their heyday
Yeah,
would
it'd
probably
pretty
be
cool.
my. So I don't know. Or the 50s would be cool. So we could all wear like biker jackets and stuff.
Biker jackets, yeah.
Yeah. I could see you in the 50s, yeah, I could see that. That would
Yeah.
probably work quite well. If you were to advertise, this is another really quite a
Mhm.
strange question that I really like, because this really puts people on the spot. If you were to advertise your band in the back of the small ads in a newspaper, you get like ads for like second-hand cars and whatever else, how would you advertise your band?
Ooh, yeah.
They get more difficult as it goes on, you see.
Advertising.
How would we advertise us?
Hmm.
As you
Raw.
can probably tell, we're not very good at speaking. We've got a good story.
We've got a good story.
Really?
When we were recording our last EP, we were trying to like describe our sound like to the producer, and he was kind of like sitting and like getting involved and whatnot. And the final result was our sound is like Caleb's beard from Kings of Leon.
Right.
It's a bit raw and rough, but it's also polished. It looks good and it's a bit polished.
I like that. That's quite good. That.
Wait,
Quite-
so I thought you were going to say the Glasgow story. We're in Glasgow. Maybe this is going to embarrass you. We're in Glasgow, and this lovely lady we were chatting to after gave us a fantastic review, and she compared Cam, our lead singer, to a gymnastic crab.
And if you want to know what that means, you're going to have to come see us.
Yeah. So if you want to see the gymnastic crab in action, then you'll have to come to one
That
of our
sounds
shows.
like some sort of really weird band. Actually.
Yeah.
That could have
so-
been your alternative name for the band.
Yeah, well, maybe in the future we'll have some B-side projects or
B-side
something like
gymnastic
that.
crab. When we do
For-
our collabo.
With Lana Del Rey and Dr.
Dr.
Dre.
Dre.
We'll be known as the gymnastic crab.
crab.
I have a bit of what I would call a rock and roll test, just to see how rock and roll you are.
Oh.
In terms of injuries, you got any good rock and roll injuries?
I've got injuries, but not from rock and roll.
Stuart injured himself playing ping pong once. That's how rock and roll is.
We're not.
See, it's always good to be in a band with your brother because you can bring up all
Bring
this
up
stuff.
old
For years
stories.
he's been sat there going, when can I use that story?
Well, I just said the gymnastic crabs. I probably
Yeah,
deserve
you probably
it.
deserve that one. But nah, injuries. I don't think we've had any
No.
rock and roll related. I think we're quite
We move about.
non rock and roll sensible.
Yeah, we move about a lot on stage, so
Yeah.
which is surprising. Like, I mean, in the sense that we've not
Yeah.
hurt ourselves because we kind of.
Yeah, I'm surprised I've not like hit you with my bass. Or
Yeah, that's
anything.
you nearly hit a waitress,
That-
but that's not.
Let's not go down that route. It didn't happen. She was fine, and I didn't actually hit her. I avoided her.
I wouldn't worry about it. I've been hit by a bassist before. That was when I was climbing on the stage.
Okay.
So he goes, he was Swedish, I think he was Swedish, and he goes, I am going that way, which way are you going? I was like, what? Hey, I can't hear you for the amps, and then poof, ends up with a massive bruise. In terms of your sort of rock and roll as well, do you have any unusual requests or anything unusual that you need to do or have before you go on stage? Is there anything that's a little bit different?
I'm an absolute diva, so I make our manager Ian run about for me as much as I possibly can.
That's a true story.
And then I'm fully satisfied for going out and going and playing on stage. He's also, we've got like a little thing where every gig we play, we hand him our phones. That's like a ritual. He always takes our phones and all of our belongings.
Yeah.
And stuffs them in. So if you see a man with like extra big pockets,
Extra big pockets, yeah, like three phones.
that's just phones. Don't worry.
That's not really rock and roll either.
Yeah, that's not really, we're not really a rock. We've not got. We're like a rock.
We go
band,
outside,
but
we
no-
smoke
no
and we
rock
drink
and roll
beer.
stuff.
No, we don't really do that.
Finally, as well, what's your plans for the future? What's your plans for Broken Boy in the future? What are you up to?
We've got a lot. Hopefully, we're writing a lot of new material at the moment. So we're just trying to pick a studio that'll like fit in with our budget again. So yeah, just trying to find a studio and then record some new tracks. We're just working hard behind the scenes at the moment, getting a lot of new songs and stuff, and trying to polish our set as much as possible.
That's a good answer. When as well, what are you doing gig wise? Where can we see you live and stuff like that? What's coming up next for you?
We're playing locally, PJ Malai's
Mhm.
on the 5th.
That's with Catfish and the Bottom, right?
Catfish and the
yeah.
Bottom.
Because you've supported them before, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
and absolutely like inspiring band. Since like we supported them, they've become one of my favorites. Like
Mhm.
it's such a good live band. We like couldn't believe it. And after seeing them, we knew we had to work hard, a lot harder than we were anyway. So yeah, hopefully we've bucked up our ideas this
Cool.
time around. And
Right. Well, we've got 10 minutes to go. So
Cool.
if you want to just give us one more song, if that's alright,
Yeah,
before you go. So what are you going to play for us?
Of course, we're gonna play. This is a song off our first EP. It's called "Don't Be So Shy."
Right, okay, take it away.
You've got it all, but is it worth losing? 'Cause when you get that high, the next step is to fall. And when you fall, you'll remember all the small things. Because you and I, we got to stay strong. When you want the sky in the palm of your hands, don't be so shy, because we can pull through. Do you want the sky in the palm of your hands? In the palm of your hands. You've got it all, but greed will kill you. So don't say goodbye to the love of your life. And if you do, you'll remember all the small things. Because you and I, we got to stay strong. When you want the sky in the palm of your hands, don't be so shy, because we can pull through. Do you want the sky in the palm of your hands? gone cold and I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window and I can't see it all. But even if I could, it would all be great. But your picture on my wall, it reminds me that it's not so bad, it's not so bad. Because you and I, we got to stay strong. When you want the sky in the palm of your hands, don't be so shy, because we can pull through. Do you want the sky in the palm of your hand? In the palm of your hand.
That was Broken Boy there. Thank you so much for coming in. That was an absolutely brilliant session. Just before you go, I'm going to play a bit of Tokyo Police Club for you, because I know you're a fan. So it's hot tonight as well, which is quite appropriate because it's quite warm in here. See the guys gigging with Catfish and the Bottlemen next week, because it is next week. It's the 5th of May. Absolutely brilliant band. It'll be a really good night. 2 very, very good guitar bands. Thank you so much for coming in. It's brilliant session, and I know you've made a lot of effort for us this evening, so cheers for that. As I said, keep listening. After the news, we've got Mr. Jim Leishman, the Provost. He's looking at me at the moment. It's quite scary in present when he's looking at you. But yeah, we've got Jim Leishman coming up after the news, and a few other bands, another band, Vertical Lips, at 7:30. So keep listening for D Saturday night session, because we have the legend, Mr. Jim Leishman, coming up to play a few songs and have a wee bit of chat after the news on D Saturday night session. Thank you again to Broken Boy. You'll be able to see that online very, very soon.